My first encounter with Qasr Al Muwaiji was in the pages of British explorer Wilfred Tisiger's book, Crossing the Sands, which documents his camel journey across the empty quarter in the 1940s. While passing through Al Ain, he stopped at Qasr Al Muwaiji, which he describes in his book as a large square enclosure of which the mud walls were 10 feet high. On arrival, he found Sheikh Zayed sitting under a thorn tree with a group of his tribesmen and walked over to greet him, which marked the beginning of a friendship that would span several decades. On that particular visit, the famous explorer ended up spending a month at Qasr Al Muwaiji, and in his book he describes regularly joining Zayed under a tree outside the fort's walls, where they'd enjoy coffee with dates and talk as people from far and wide came and went to seek counsel or share news from Abu Dhabi. For my part, I went to the fort, which is now a museum, to gain more insights into its past from Omar Salem Al-Kaabi of Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism. We sat in what was once Sheikh Zayed's private majlis, which was specifically situated on the second floor of a tower in the fort, with views over the tops of the surrounding palm trees, so that he could spot visitors approaching and notify the kitchen to prepare food.
Qasr Al Muwaiji, we believe, was built by Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed the first, and so this house has been used by late Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa, the cousin of Sheikh Zayed. And when Sheikh Zayed was appointed or starting to govern Al Ain as a ruler representative in Al Ain, or the eastern region as called that time, in 46, so he used to rule from this place with his cousin place. So people used to come to this place to discuss their daily matters, their issues in here. So it's kind of a stage of government in here. I mean, obviously this palace has been passed to Sheikh Zayed by his cousin Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa, and later on Sheikh Zayed get married with Sheikh Hassa, the daughter of Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa, in this place actually, and that was actually in 46, and in 48 here where we are sitting actually in this tower was born our late Sheikh Khalifa, our late president Sheikh Khalifa, in 48. So this place has a lot of stories and memories of Sheikh Zayed and his time. There is a lot of travelers who passed by and write down what they saw in this majlis in Qasr Al Muwaiji, where different discussion has been at the topic of the daily life of the people here in Al Ain. So yeah, it's basically that's kind of really an important place where Sheikh Zayed starting to govern Al Ain at that time.
And can you tell me what his function was when he was the ruler's representative in the eastern region?
So basically, as the name can tell, he's representing the ruler in this side of Abu Dhabi. So he's dealing with different matters coming to him and finding solutions to enhance the quality of life of the people living in Al Ain. For example, something he did which has a big impact in the society that time, and was one of the reasons we're still having this amazing oasis in Al Ain. What Sheikh Zayed did actually, he bought the right of the waters. Basically, in those oases in Al Ain, in the past, people used to own a share of water. So you own the share of water, which is a time which the village keep running 24 hours. So you own a share of it. So people used to own those shares. What Sheikh Zayed did, he bought all those shares from the people, and then he gave it for free back to them, but in an equal way, just to make the oasis sustainable, and people get enough water to irrigate their palm groves or other crops they growing in the oasis. So that's one of the things which we're still keeping it, as the water management is managed by the government till now, and still free for the farmers. So that's why we still have our 7 oases, which are part of the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Al Ain. So that's kind of some examples he did. As you know, and everyone knows, that he is really with the people in Al Ain and elsewhere, going with them, saying what their daily needs are, and his charisma and character, and the ability to find solutions by the wisdom he have actually. Imagine this life of Sheikh Zayed, having his family life, and as well most of his day is with his people, dealing with different matters. And of course he's always here, but always with them as well. There's a lot about written about the hunting trips which he used to do with his people in different parts near Al Ain actually. So there is kind of a daily routine sometime to make sure that he govern Al Ain in a way that fulfill the needs of the people. So it's not just sitting in Al Muwaiji, but as well going to the other villages in Al Ain, as oral history tells us. But it's worth mentioning as well, Qasr Al Muwaiji is part of Sheikh Zayed's journey, as you know. So later on, the second, let's say, palace he built, the second place he moved in was Al Ain Palace, what we call it Al Ain Palace Museum, which is in the middle of the city, in the western side of Al Ain Oasis. So that palace has been built by Sheikh Zayed to accommodate his family when he get married with Sheikha Fatima. So it's a nice place to see and visit, and you're gonna as well see this period of life. If you look at actually here we're sitting, it's more what we call it historic, as we are living in a historic building built with mud, with kind of all methods. But when you move to Al Ain Palace Museum, it's that period, what we call it actually now transition period. It's the period where they kind of moving from the mud buildings to another kind of buildings. So you're gonna see kind of a combination of material used to build this palace, and slightly different in terms of setup and the organization of the rooms as well. Which after that, this palace, they start to build it in 58. So then onwards to the 60th, we moved to the modern concrete buildings. But this palace is a nice example of this kind of transition period, from the mud buildings to the modern one, let's say.
Tell me, do you have a favorite story about Sheikh Zayed?
Well, I think each story of Sheikh Zayed is a favorite of mine. It's a great personality to really admire. His endless care of the people is something really precious for us. He was practically giving everything to the people to let them be able to get where they are now. And always this saying by him actually came into my mind when he mentioned one of those footage actually, that when a journalist asked him, or someone, I can't recall, asked him, Sheikh Zayed, you are giving a lot for the people, you are give them free education and give them kind of a lot of things, but by this they might not be able to do hard work. And his reply was wise and clear, and so what he replies in is you do have a family? He asking the guy who asked him. He said yes. So he told him, do you raise them? Do you offer everything for them till they grow up and take their life? They said yes. He said, those people are my family, so I'll give everything to them till they arrive to in a way that they can continue their way.